Welcome back, everybody. We're here to pull cards for June the 27th. I am going to be pulling one card for overall energy, and then I'll pull one card for each sign, and we'll see how those energies interact together. See what we got, shall we? All right, overall energy is showing up as that side of the Chariot in reverse. Interesting. For some of you, this may end up having to do something with some type of flight, on an airplane type of flight type thing. For others of you, this could have to do with canceled travel plans. For others of you, you could be reconsidering moving home, changing home, changing the location of home, I guess, to say that more specifically. We're just going to have to see how this actually plays out for each sign. There's a lot of different ways that this card can come in and mean, and it may or may not be the same thing for everybody. Okay, let's get started, shall we? Aries. Okay. What's happening here for Aries? Six of Cups in reverse along with the Chariot in reverse, that side. So Aries, I do think that you're having some kind of memories today, and these are memories about, these are memories that you don't necessarily enjoy having. So not something you're feeling very sentimental about, memories of things that, just were not pleasant at the time, and it's not pleasant to remember those now. And it looks to me like you probably have an opportunity to put yourself back into a situation where those memories happened, whether that's putting yourself back into a certain relationship situation or a certain location situation. And I think that what's going on here is you're deciding, I am not I am not going to go back into where those memories were created, whether it's a relationship situation, location, whatever. I think you're deciding, no, I am not doing that. Even if that means that I'm going to make up some kind of excuse not to do that, I am just not doing that. Okay? So that's what I'm feeling like this is for Aries. Taurus. Okay, so Taurus, we've got the Hermit card. Hermit card. Taurus, I'm really feeling like there's something in the past happened where you and some type of partnership just did not work out. And I feel like, once again, that kind of fell apart in the past. And I think that now, Taurus, you're finding some time to really do some inner healing and some inner work on yourself. That Hermit talks about taking the time by yourself, without anybody else around, taking the time to sort out what are your priorities and what makes you tick, and some other things like that. So really doing some deep inner work, and probably would not have had that opportunity had this partnership in the past not fallen apart. And for some of you, this will be a romantic partnership, but for others of you, this could be a business partnership or a friendship or a relationship even with a family member that sort of fell apart in the past. So now you're finding out who you really are, is what I'm feeling like. And you wouldn't have been able to do that in that old situation. Okay? So we like it. You're making forward progress here. So that's Taurus. Next up is Gemini. Gemini, that side of the Page of Cups. Geminis, I really feel like there was some situation where you had feelings for somebody, and it has fallen apart, in the past, and this doesn't have to be romantic. I mean, it could be. I'm not going to take that off the table, but this could also be, you know, a friendship type of situation too. And I think that, you know, you had deep feelings for this person. You really appreciated the relationship that you guys had, but at the same time, it looks like you guys are no longer a good fit for each other. You've kind of outgrown each other. One of you is more mature than the other one. And I think that it really makes you sad to see that this is not working anymore. But the idea that you're sad that it's not working anymore doesn't really change the fact that it's not working anymore. Okay? And Geminis, I think you guys are the ones who are gaining the maturity here with that turtle. I think you guys have become the more mature one, or the more you've expanded your life more, and the other person is just not in the place to keep up with you and keep up with your growth and your expansion. Okay, that's Gemini. Next up, let's look at Cancer. Okay, so that side of Temperance in reverse for Cancer. Is that Temperance? Nope, I think that's the Star. Temperance and the Star look very similar in this deck. So that side of the Star showing up in reverse. This is really talking to me about this idea. I think Cancers, I think that you want to do some traveling. You want to see new things, see different things, be exposed to different things. And I think that there's something going on with your mode of transportation, or something around your transportation plans where things are not working out very well. And I think that you're starting to feel like, well, I just don't see how this is going to work out for me to take this trip or for me to do this traveling. And so kind of backing off of that. All right, that's Cancer. Next up, let's look at Leo. So Leo, Queen of Cups showing up in reverse. What's going on here? Leos, I really think that you're getting attention from other people around you, but it's not the kind of attention that you want, or it's not from the person or persons that you want to have that attention from. Maybe it's not for what you want attention for. And so you're trying your hardest to ignore this attention, to act like you don't even see that happening. I don't really think that this group of people, or this person, whichever the case may be for you, I really don't see them going anywhere. They're not going away, Leo. You can pretend you don't see them as much as you want, but I don't see them going away. Next up, let's look at Virgo. Virgo, Virgo. King of Swords showing up in reverse, Virgo. Virgo, I think there's something that you want to get out and explore and get out and do. And I think you've been planning this for a long time. And I think there's been something that has suddenly come along and really upended the plans or changed the plans dramatically. And I think this is making you really unhappy today. Maybe even feeling kind of moody about it. So you want to be careful about, you know, how you treat the people around you. No matter how you're feeling, don't be sending out any kind of displaced anger or anything. It looks like that could be really easy to do today. So you want to be aware of that. Not do it. Next up is Libra. That side of the Five of Cups in reverse for Libras. I really like the cups depicted in these pictures. Don't those look really like nice ornate chalices? And they're just beautiful big goblets in all of the chalice cards. Anyway, kind of distracted there, wasn't I? Who is this? This is Libra. So Five of Cups in reverse talks about forgiving something, letting something go. It's interesting how it comes up here. I don't think you're going to go back to whatever this is that you're forgiving or letting go of. You know, you could have felt like you'd been betrayed, or somebody, you know, somebody did something that disappointed you for sure. I don't think you're giving them the opportunity to do that to you again, but I do think you are forgiving them, and letting them go. And I think part of the reason you're forgiving and letting this whole situation go is because you feel like, I think you feel like this person, whoever this is that disappointed you, looks to me like you're feeling like they're fighting their own demons, and their demons are pretty big. And until they can get their own demons under control, how can they make anybody else happy? So I think you're letting them off the hook in that way. Okay. Next up, let's look at Scorpio. Scorpios. Is that what I think it is? It's interesting, isn't it? So this is the flip side of this card. That's obviously the Strength card, but when you look at it from this way, it makes you wonder if it's not the devil, doesn't it? So Strength card in reverse, Scorpios. Strength card in reverse talks about having basically a toxic view of self. We may be doing some pretty toxic self-talk. And it looks like if we're doing some pretty toxic self-talk, it has to do with the idea that there's something that we were hoping for, that we were expecting to work out, that we were working along with other people, and it just hasn't. It's run into some obstacles, it's run into some delays, and it just hasn't worked out yet. And so I think that we are sort of, kicking our own selves in the bootay about that. Giving ourselves some negative self-talk, really treating ourselves in quite the toxic way if you look at that card. But that's something that we're doing to us. We're treating ourselves in a toxic way because whatever we were working on with this other person did not work out. And it could be a romantic thing, but could also be a work project or a hobby. Whatever it was, we weren't doing it by ourselves, and it didn't work out. And we're trying to take on all the blame. Usually when we're in a collaboration, if it goes down badly, there's usually not one person that can take all the blame, but we're sure trying. Internally, we're doing that. We're blaming ourselves. Okay? So next up, let's look at Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Ten of Swords showing up here. Okay, so Sagittarius, I think you've been putting out a lot of energy and a lot of effort in trying to make something work with somebody else, whether this is a romantic partnership, a business partnership, a good friendship. You've been really, you've been all in trying to make this work. And I think that today you're realizing, it really doesn't matter how much energy or effort you put into this. It's a dead deal. And you're realizing it's time to just let this go and not keep pouring energy and effort into something that isn't actually going to get any better. All right, so that's for Sagittarius. Next up, we're looking at Capricorn. Five of Wands showing up for Capricorns. I really don't understand how these people are seeing each other to fight. I don't see any eye holes in these helmets, and the helmets look like they're down to below this person's nose. How is he seeing anything? What's he looking at? Feet? Meanwhile, they've got these blinding helmets on, and there's an explosion going on behind them out of this volcano. This could be a treacherous situation, don't you think? Who am I reading for? This is Capricorn. Capricorns, there is something in your life that you're trying to work on with somebody else. And it has pretty much come off the tracks. But I don't think you're realizing that because you are so busy trying to compete with whoever it is that you think is your competitor. You're not even noticing the big picture, which is the whole volcano thing. So there's something going on here, Capricorn, where it's time to step back and detach from a situation in which you feel like you're competing for somebody's attention or for somebody's partnership. It's time to step back and look at the big picture. Because if you look at the big picture, it's obviously not the time or the place to be in competition for whatever this prize is that you're trying to get. In all reality, it's the time and the place to be taking some defensive, protective measures here. Maybe even just getting out of Dodge and evacuating the area rather than trying to compete with somebody, you know, in an area where lava is coming down the mountain. All right, so it's time to quit worrying about the competitions that are in front of you. It's time to step back, get some objectivity, take a look at the big picture so that you can respond appropriately. Because right now you're so distracted by that competitiveness that you're not even seeing the big picture. And that looks like that could do you in. Whatever this is that you're competing for, it's not worth you. It's not worth you. All right? So that's, who was that? Capricorn. Next up, let's look at Aquarius. Two of Swords showing up in reverse, Aquarius. Aquarius, I think that there's some kind of situation that has sort of come off the rails. And this was a situation where you were trying to reach some type of goal or accomplishment along with somebody else. So not by yourself, but working together with somebody else. You were trying to reach some type of goal or accomplishment. I'm really feeling, Aquarius, like the other person said, you know what, I don't want to put any energy or effort in on this. I'm out of here. Bye-bye. And I think that that just leaves you confused here. With this card, you're just like, what happened? What just happened? What did I miss? All right. And next up, we're going to look at Pisces. So Pisces, wow. That side of the High Priestess showing up in reverse. This is basically an echo of what we just got for Aquarius, only this is even stronger. Where there was confusion with Aquarius about, you know, how come this fell apart? With the High Priestess, this is profound confusion. So something that you were working together with somebody on, some type of target or goal, I think the other person decided, you know, I'm not putting any more energy and effort into this. You really don't know why they're not. You don't understand that. You thought things were going good. Things were actually coming off the tracks, though. And that was part of the confusion to start with. Now you're really confused about, well, why did this person stop collaborating with me on whatever this is? And so some profound confusion there. All right. Don't let the confusion get to you. Sometimes people do things without telling us why, but rest assured, there's a darn good reason for what they're doing. And most of the time, we just dodge the bullet, and we don't even know it. All right. So anyway, that's what I've got for today, guys. Thank you very much for being here. Definitely looking forward to working with some of you in person later on today. And the rest of you, I'll see you back on the next video. Peace out.